You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, episode 12. Today is an Ask Lindsay episode. So if you have any questions you want answered on the podcast, be sure to go to lindsaymaloney.com/podcast. And there's multiple ways that you can ask your question, and then you can get featured on the next episode. So let's get into it.
You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, where we believe business can be simple and you can use your intuition to run towards your goal. Self-made business and success coach Lindsay Maloney helps you start and scale your dream coaching business. With her step-by-step intuitive and creative guidance, you'll leave ready to put her tips into action, push your business forward, and work with your dream clients. Lindsay is here to help you get unstuck and structure your brilliance into a coaching business that's sustainable and financially exhilarating. Here's your host, Lindsay Maloney.
Before we get started with this episode, I want to talk to you about my program, Standout Coaching Academy, or SOCA as everyone calls it. It's a 90-day program that's going to help you book your dream clients. And this is perfect for you if you are a coach who is ready to create, launch, or scale your coaching business. If you want to fill your calendar up with dream clients who inspire you, and you want to make an impact in the world with work that you feel called to do, I want you to enroll in SOCA. SOCA is an extremely powerful program that will take your coaching business to the next level. And I have 3 ways that you can join me right now, be a part of the 90-day program, join other like-minded women, network with them, learn the best ways that you can build your coaching business just the way that I've created and scaled mine, so you can stop having those sleepless nights with all the information overload and stop doing everything by yourself. So many coaches are struggling to get their businesses started, and I want that to stop right now. So I'm inviting you to go to standoutcoachingacademy.com, check it out, and enroll. All right, so today's question comes from Desiree, and she asks, do you plan your social media content ahead of time, or do you post when you feel like it? And I would like to say that I always plan my social media content ahead of time, but that's just simply not true. I would love if my content was planned, instead of having that notification in my mind, oh, you haven't posted to Instagram yet today, you better go do that. And then you sit there and you think, okay, what image should I use? I don't even have any images stored. What should I say? What's my theme for the week? What's going on here? And then you get really flustered, and then either you don't end up posting at all, or you post something that really just doesn't have any value whatsoever. So what I suggest and what I do is different. Right now, at this very moment of recording, I can say that I have the next 2 weeks planned out for my Instagram. And I decided to up-level my Instagram posting to twice a day, because I'm finding that when I do post twice a day, Instagram really likes that. And plus, that makes my posts go into the feed, obviously, more than doing it once. Doubles, right? So the more we do, the more we're seen, which is important because my audience is primarily on Instagram. So I don't plan any social media content per se for Facebook, for my Facebook page. What I will just do, I just do it very simply, is I push my Instagram post over there. So it looks like I'm alive and hanging out on my Facebook page as well. And then I'll also push it over to Twitter. So everything's always fresh and new. So if somebody finds me on Twitter, or they happen to jump on my Facebook page, they can see that I post on there as well. And I'm consistent. That's the most important thing, is being consistent and showing up. That is so important. But for scheduling, I will use Later. I love Later. I've used it for years. I know there are so many other ones that you can use. I've used a couple here and there, but I really like Later's features. And so I use the free plan. Sometimes I go into the paid one, like if I'm launching and I want to schedule way more ahead of time, because I think with the free program, you can schedule up to 30 posts ahead. And then once you hit that number, you have to wait until the beginning of your next month to plan more, which sometimes doesn't work out when you're doing something that you really need to plan ahead for, like a launch. So what I suggest doing, and what I do that is really easy right now, is I'll grab 30 different images that I want to share whether it's usually a mixture of quotes, stock photos that I've purchased, and pictures of myself promoting the podcast episode, or just plain pictures. And I'll grab about 30 of them that I want to share, and I'll drag them over into later, and so I can have my media library just right there. And then I can start working inside the calendar and dragging pictures over to the appropriate day, and then writing out the copy. I'll insert all my hashtags, and then I will have later. I do things a little bit different and simpler now than I was doing before. I was always pushing my posts on Instagram manually. So what I decided to do to make my life a little bit easier is I have a quote that I put up every single day, and that's kind of my thing. It's always like a quote, a picture, a quote, picture. Most of the time I stick to that theme. But what I decided to do is I like to post a quote like about 5 a.m. Central Time. That's what I've always done. And instead of having to do that myself, push it over, because usually I'm just getting up or getting ready for work, I will have later automatically post that for me. So it's done. I don't need to worry about it. And then I'm finding when I post at noon that I get a nice engagement level there. So then my next post will go out at noon, and I will post that myself. So later will notify me on my phone that it's time to post. I will say, okay, I'll go in, and then I'll manually go through the process of posting from later to Instagram on my phone. I do this because I have hashtags on my in my copy, and so I don't want them on the first comment on the picture. So I will grab them off, and then I'll comment again with my hashtags. You know the drill. But I want to do that myself because obviously later can't do that. So that's something that I do. I'm obviously up and running at noon. It's not a problem for me to do that. So that's the strategy that I'm doing right now. And as Instagram changes, as my business changes, I will change too. And this is just something that I decided that I wanted to start doing. I just wanted to up level a little bit and keep my growth going at a faster pace. And this is one of the best ways that I could figure out how to do simply and easily. So yes, I do plan my social media content ahead of time today, and I suggest you do it too, because it is such a good feeling to see your calendar completely full of posts and ready, and you don't have to do anything. Like, it frees up so much time. Posting to Instagram takes a while. Like, if you're giving it a lot of thought, it can take a while, and then you kind of get frustrated with yourself and you can't think of the things to say. So a lot of times, just an extra tip before we end the episode, what I do when something comes to mind, like, ooh, this would be a really great topic to talk about, I will open up my Asana, and I have a special project in there for Instagram post copy topics, and then I will just paste it in there. So then when I actually have to sit down at my computer and plan out, I can go over to Asana, open that up, and just grab topic ideas and write copy about them. And that is super helpful, because when you are planning that far ahead, you are pulling a lot of information out of your mind, and sometimes you just get writer's block and you're not sure what to say. And so when it comes to you, take note of it, store it. You're going to thank yourself later. If you have any questions that you want to ask for Ask Lindsay on Fridays, please go over to lindsaymaloney.com/podcast. There's tons of ways that you can ask your question and get them featured on the next episode. And if you have questions about this, please go over to my Facebook group, dreamclientcommunity.com, and we can have a discussion about it over there. Thank you so much for listening.
Because I wanted to share my best tips on how I book mine. You're not going to believe how easy these are, and I know you'll be able to take my tips and put them into action ASAP so you can start working with your dream clients. To grab the workbook for free, all you have to do is go to lindsaymaloney.com/podcast. Hey coaches, are you a member of the Book Your Dream Clients community yet? Because you should be. Just go to dreamclientcommunity.com to request free access. We do fun things like website audits, challenges, and we even have a book club. Join the free Dream Client community now, and we'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. If you want to find out more information how you can work with me, just head on over to my website, lindsaymaloney.com. You will be able to see how you can work with me privately or in a group setting. I'm all about helping you start and scale your coaching business, so I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes and leave a rating and review. And if you want bonus points, take a screenshot of a review and tag me on your Instagram story. I'd love to see it and share it with my audience. And plus, you don't want to miss another episode.